Hey guys, happy Friday. It's operations time again over here. Hey, we're going to be taking a look. Let me pick up the camera here. We'll be taking out a line of cars over and doing some switching. Taking a look at my car cards over here. Just about everything is done. We've got a bunch of cards here. This is from our last one. These all came in. These are all going back to staging, aka West Colton. Same thing with these guys right here. Same thing with these guys. We have got one line of cars over here. It's the one sitting over there way in the back. These are all going over to the backboard of La Mirada and Cerritos. So we have got all of our background industries here. We got athearn, Southern Wine, United Polymers, which we haven't switched out in a while. Southern Wine. So we got a whole bunch of cars. This should be kind of straightforward. I'm not sure. Let me grab my locomotives here also, because we're going to be taking the yard consist to do this. We got there Mr. Torres. You know, he likes his graffitied up locomotive. Kind of fits fishy if you ask me. If you remember way back when that thing got firstly graffitied up, he was right there on the scene. And so, I don't know. Anyway, let's get fired up over here. We'll grab our cars and get on our way. Oh yeah, all these guys all getting done up over there, and we'll chit chat a little bit while we're over there about the industries there and my plans, kind of going forward here. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna try to keep the camera steady as I can. I think the last video I was kind of shaking it around too much. Oh, and the track over there, don't know its condition, have no clue, so hopefully we don't have too much trouble. But we got current keepers or keep alives in both of these locomotives over here. I'm kind of looking forward to doing this because I have not switched out these two or three industries there in quite a while there, and actually just all by themselves. Usually I kind of mix it up with one of the other industries that's towards the fascia. But yeah, United Polymers is my one little industry. As we back up over there, let me kind of swing you around. It's that one right there with the little red whatever thing next to it. And it's right there in the corner. It's my least favorite industry because it's, I don't know, kind of the most boring one, you know? It's the first industry as we come out of the yard lead. And it's just kind of there to take up space, you know? Like if that industry wasn't there, I think we'd be okay. But I had to put something there. Ooh, breaks off there, Engineer Rick. We got the cars, we got the car cards and waybills and all that stuff. Let's head on out. But anyway, yeah, United Polymers is just kind of like a filler industry over there. Out of everything, you know, even my little background industries that I have, they're all nice to do and they've got their own little unique characteristics in their own place. Except for United Polymers. It's sort of the lamest industry, I guess I could say. Ooh, look at this. I'm just looking back at my backdrop here, and I can see it's kind of coming off a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit better at taping up there. All right, let's get on the road here, and we'll take a look. And of course, I kind of took a look ahead, and of course, the car that's going into United Polymers is this guy right there, right in the freaking center of our train. Ay. Whoever blocked this train for us here didn't actually do a very good job. But anyway, yeah, my little filler industry. And I'm going to tell you why I keep it there, and I'm not changing it around right yet. All right, let me get across the bridge over here. There we go. Let's get that up. Let's move on over here, because as you can see, that tank car right in the middle of our train we're just gonna shove it back really quick. I'm gonna put the camera, down right here. We'll run in here. So, let's see, where do I start? Boy, and I don't mean by the train, I mean my plans here. So, yeah, because as far as the plans here, we'll just come over here, we'll cut off, we'll shove that sucker in there, we'll be done. And then we can do a run around here and get our other industries done. But my plans is I look for a chopstick. My plan, if you remember a little while back, I was talking about how I wanted to get a new vehicle. I wanted to get a new Jeep, and I kind of wanted to keep it in the garage here, but I don't really have enough space. Ooh, I think, let's pull it forward just a little bit. Because the layout kind of takes up, a good chunk of my space there. Now, I could fit a new vehicle in the garage, but it would kind of I'd have to move my couch over there where me and Benjamin sit and watch train videos and all that kind of stuff, and I don't want to lose my little man cave space there. So I'm thinking, or I'm trying to figure it out. And none of this is set in stone, so don't worry, nothing's changing at all. But I was kind of thinking of trying to figure out how I could take that orange section, and of course you can't really see anything here. Let me flip you around. But that other section of orange, let me show you. So I was thinking, how could let me give you a bigger picture here, I guess. There you go. So this is the space that, if I move the couch, I'm going to get all the way out here to the corner. Yeah, I could fit a vehicle right in here, but I don't want to lose my little space right here, and I can't really push the couch in, because I got to have the supports underneath here. And, because if I wanted to put the vehicle in here overnight or something like that, I'd have to kind of move this thing back and forth, and it just becomes a big mess. And so what I'm trying to figure out is, what if I got rid of orange, and just sort of, I could pull the vehicle in its spot right here, I could just move that couch in a little bit, because there's plenty of room right here, meaning move it to the left here, and then I can always park a vehicle right here, right? But obviously I don't want to tear down my beautiful layout I worked so hard to do, but whatever. So my thought process is, what if I took orange over here and made it a second level, right? Now, in order to get up to a second level, now we're talking helixes or no-lixes, however you want to call it. I'm going to put you down here. We'll start shoving this guy back so we can actually get something done. Well, my thought process, at least this morning, is that what if I kind of took that orange section and made it a second level above Huntington Beach, right? And without a helix, just have a, kind of a runaround, that went around up to that section somehow. Now, I've already done the calculations and everything like that, and it would still be, it'd be pretty steep grade, but I think doable. And but it would involve a little bit of work and a little bit of changes in the track plan, obviously. But as soon as I drop this guy off, I'll show you kind of the bigger picture of where I was thinking. Here, let me put you over here. We're just gonna drop this guy all the way back here someplace. Right here is good. All right, there we go. Drop that guy off. We'll pull forward. We got to grab our remaining cars. We'll get all the cars together, because the rest of them are all going over here. We're getting these three guys out of the background there. The blue one, the brown one, the little pink one, whatever you want to call it. And then we're dropping everything else off over there. At least I think that's what we're doing. But anyway, let me just get over here, get this thing cleared out. It's hard for me to do like more than 2 or 3 things at once. Like hold the camera use my controller, think about what I'm doing, and try to actually think about what I'm talking about. All right, we'll shove back here. We'll grab those guys. Then we got to do a little bit of a run around here. But anyway, the point is, or what I'm trying to get at is, what if we took that section and we have it up here, right? So it would be kind of sitting, you know, maybe partially over the yard, partially over this thing, kind of straddle it up there. But in order to get up there, right, when we come out of the yard here and without a helix, we would have to start some sort of a climb. And obviously this track is pretty close right here, so maybe right about here we start a climb. So we have a turnout right here, going up, and we start doing a climb up around, right, you know, through this area, right through our United Polymers gimmicky little location, and hopefully we get up here tall enough to we can kind of start clearing the tops of these buildings by the time we get over to here. I think that's doable. Now again, some people like this, some people don't, and I'm not completely set on it myself, you know, about having just a board sitting here like this with the track running up against it. You know, it would obviously, you know, cover up some of the mountain here, but we would basically run up, 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 up around the corner, up, 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 keep going up, keep going up, keep going up, and hopefully get up to the top by the time we're, you know, right there. And then we would be, you know, switching out. Orange would be on top of here. We'd be switching out back and forth right there. I don't know. That's what was in my head this morning. And like I said, none of this is set in stone. It's not an actual plan. It's just my thoughts on this lovely Friday morning here. Ooh, here we go. We got all our cars. You know, I've talked about my staging area that which I'm still gonna plan on doing, because the staging area was gonna be on the other side of this section here. So we're gonna kind of cut a little hole back through there, and then back on the back side behind the backboard here we would have a couple of tracks, at least one that would run out there and act as staging. Let's see, did we clear our track? Yeah, there we go, good enough. I don't know why we're running up this far. All right, here we go. We're gonna set the camera here because it's probably gonna sit here the rest of the time. All right, let's cut off here, get our runaround done. What was I talking about? Okay, street crossing, get ready for the horn. Nice and loud, huh? All right. And just as I said, I'm not going to move the camera here. I'm moving the camera. Anyway, what was I going to talk about? Yeah, so trying to do that, thinking about that, or at least, like I said, that's what's going in my head right now. Oh yeah, the staging is still something I'm planning. And then, you know, if I was to actually expand the layout, that was sort of my plan, to try to do a second level, and sort of without a helix, is to do something like that, is run up, you know, right through the background there. Now some people might say, yeah, that kind of ruins the whole scenery thing, and it's like, yeah, I know, I get it. Can you imagine having like a little, you know, a little whatever platform running right through the scenery right there? But I'm kind of okay with that. It doesn't bother me that much, you know what I mean? I can see where some people don't like that. You know, you end up kind of having, what do you call it? What do we call it? Like a spaghetti layout, you know, where you got like track going all over the place, running up on just random platforms here and there and everywhere. Let me get that camera situated. There we go. Anyway, that's where I'm at this morning. Oop, we gotta come over here and change our turnout. Oh my goodness. Well, how is everybody else doing there? Everybody have a good week so far? I know I had my Train Talk Media thing came out. I think he had a problem with the video and he had to kind of repost it again. So if you haven't seen that, it's Train Talk Media is the channel. Go over there and you can see my interview. You know, I think I am going to move the camera here. Hold on, because you're not really seeing too much way back there. Or I'll hold the camera here. Anyway, yeah, Train Talk Media. That's the name of the channel if you're not familiar with it. I did a little podcast sort of interview with him. And that came out this week. Right there, right there. Oh boy, we're getting sticky turnout there. So go check that out. Otherwise, it's been kind of a slow week over here. I've been doing all sorts of other stuff. Did I leave enough room back there? Ooh, yeah, plenty of room. We're going to go in, we're going to grab all our pickups, and before I do that, let me just show you. So, all the cars in the background right there, like I said, those three against the backboard right here, we're picking them all up. So we got Southern Wine, they're all getting picked up. This guy's getting picked up. Let's grab all these guys, get them out of the way, and then we're going to be going basically in and out. Actually, you know what? I wonder if I put you up on top of the building here. That might give you a little view. There you go. Bang, there's one. Keep on shoving, come on. And it's been a while since these cars have been out of this location. We got one more over here. Ooh, bang! There we go. I think we got them all. Yep, we do. Let's pull it on out. Yeah, brake button sticking again. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. What in the world? All right, for the sake of time here, I'm going to fudge it. All right? Don't hate on me. I think I did mention before that it's been pretty hot over here in Southern California. You know, we were hitting the hundreds there. I think 103 was the max over at my place a little while ago. But it's getting more cooler, getting more comfy. And actually next week we might get a little bit of rain. Get back down to like the 70s, so way more normal. Alright, we got our 3 pickups. Now we just got to figure out which way which of these cars go where. So as I'm backing up over there, I'm going to take a look really quick at my car cards. Let's see if you can see all that. So we got the engines. We'll put them down. Let's stop right there. I should really put these in some sort of order, huh? Let's see, well, we got rid of United Polymer, so let me just go stick this card in its spot. Right there. And that's done. Then, let's see. I'm not going to bother with our pickups right now. I just want to get my cars sorted out here so I know what's going what. 255 is that, and then we got that one, right? And then we got 3, yep, and then the hopper, and then that guy. All right, there we go. So we got athearn. So unfortunately, Here, let me give you a better view here. So, I got the cars laid out in the same order as the cars, or I got the cards laid out the same order. Unfortunately, athearn, which is over there. So we got to stick in southern wine, and southern wine. So we're going to have to make a little, kind of go back and forth here because our cars are not in the correct order here. So what we're going to do is cut these two, or wait a minute, these three off right here. Back up. And then we can shove those three back into southern wine, and then come back, get the last two, put them over in athearn, and we shall be done. I do like playing with my car cards, so I do have to say that. Got about half a car to go there. And that will do. And if you're not familiar, this turnout, I broke the spring on it, so it's a little funky. Way back there. I'm just watching the cars go in. Let me put you over here. Alright, we'll try to kind of line them up here. I know it's just random cars here. A box car, a hopper, and a tank car. But we're going to try to at least put them in some sort of an order. Because I got 3 doors over there, and I figure it's a box car at least has to be kind of lined up halfway decent over there. The hopper is generally in front of, kind of in front of the door. The tank car though has to come back just a little bit there. All right, just to get it situated. There we go. Alright, and while we're pulling out, and hopefully I don't hit my brake button, we'll grab our 3 car cards. I will stick them in the proper location. Also, we'll get our pickups here that we just did too, and get them with the car, or with the locomotives here. Almost done. Well, we finally got these cars that have been sitting out here for I don't know how long. At least rotated back into service. That's another way I know what, or I try to figure out what I'm going to be doing, is I kind of take a look and I go like, you know what? I have not run this car in a long time, and I realize, oh, it's because it's been sitting in its industry for who knows how long. So I'll make sure that I come out and kind of plan for getting that done. I'm running a little bit fast here because my camera is starting to overheat, or at least the batteries. It's not overheating, it's, oh yeah, now it is. Now it's overheating. and the battery's getting low too. So we're doing our final 2 drop-offs, and I think we'll call it a day there. Anyway, a little bit of fun here in SoCal, dropping a few graffitied up boxcars over here at Athearn. Hopefully they got some good locomotives or something, rolling stock in these things. Right there. I'm just gonna get my car cards all situated. Otherwise, that's it. We're just heading back to the yard with our 3 pickups. So, as the battery drains and the camera gets drained, or I should say drained. What am I got here? Hold on. I got cars all over in the wrong spot. That's got to go to Southern Wine. That has got to go over there. I think one of my locomotives died on me. Okay, now we got all our pickups over here, and we're ready to roll out of here. All right, guys, that's it for now. I'm gonna leave it right there. I hope you enjoyed that. A little bit of switching, a little bit of talk about what my plans are over here. I don't know, I think that would be kind of cool to have sort of a second level over here. Have that orange section up on top of here, you know, kind of straddling it like kind of half and half or something like that, so it wouldn't come all the way out. And do a little bit of switching up on there. We'll see. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Guys, till next time, take care.